Okay, so hello everyone. Hello everyone. I'm going to, as usual, start with the day and the date. And today is Wednesday, December 22nd. Can you believe it? Man, 22. 12/22. Um, so my kiddos is in the back because we're like doing like some last minute kind of. My daughter's cooking, and my son just came in from work. And man, today I had like a little moment. Well, my older daughter was with me today, so let me tell you about the moment. I was having like, uh, man, sometimes it's really hard, but I want to stay in my truth of like who I am. And I was having a little moment of like, Lord, like what is going on? I feel the shift. I feel that you are doing something. I know you are. And I'm just having a little bit of problems because worldly thinking got to me of okay, I'm gonna be real. Worldly thinking got to me of like, Lord, I am doing everything. Excuse me, guys. I'm on. I am doing everything by staying in my faith with you, staying in your word, doing what it is you need me to do. And I had to like ask him some questions. Am I doing anything wrong? Am I lacking in what you need me to do for you? Because I am watching people around me, you know, and to be honest, I'm like, man, I got a little bit of the envious bone, the jealousy bone of like, Lord, these people are living worldly and out there just doing some things, but yet they're getting things done. And then I had to immediately like stop and pray. I had to have a real conversation with him because I'm like, God, that's not you. I can't go in and live like that. Help me with not thinking like that. One is a judgmental thing. It's a little bit of judgmental, and I don't want that. I don't want that. It is more so on top of that. Is you really walking by faith, Audrey Lane, or by sight? Before God even said anything to me, I had to say it to myself. Are you walking by faith? Are you living by faith? Are you just believing by the faith of what he says he's going to do in your life? Or do you want to go off of what you see? And I can't afford to do that. None of us can afford to do that. I had to sit in prayer, and it was rough. I'm being true and honest. It was rough because and now mind you, this is before I actually started getting into my morning routine of how I do things, because I'm like, Lord, I don't want to stay in this religious thing of wanting to do you a certain way. God, I want to do you just like how we are. We just communicate and we hang out. And I'm learning there is a reason why he has me get up in the morning and come straight down to our corner. But this morning I was a little bit glad that I did it the way I did, because then it wouldn't have been where he showed me who he is and what he's going to do and how he does things, because I was a little bit all over the place this morning. I woke up a little bit like, you know, upset. I'm being honest. I woke up a little bit upset. I woke up distracted. I woke up not like how I normally do, but it was more so for God to teach me. It was the uncomfortable waking up. And it's more so like, because I always say, I woke up like this. Yeah, I woke up like that. And I needed to wake up like that for him to show me that it's only me that's going to get you where you need to go. It's only me that is getting you where you are now. So I had to like get into my word with him. Yeah, I had some questions for him this morning. I had some deep rooted questions for him this morning because I was like, Lord, what is going on? I am truly into you. Am I not praying how you need me to pray with you? Am I not moving? Am I not doing? Where am I lacking? Excuse me, guys. Hello? Hey, guys. So I had to ask him some real hard questions. And all I could get back from him was like, sit down. Basically, for me to sit down where I normally commune with him, where I normally go, where I actually sit down and actually settle into him. My corner is where I go. He has me come into this corner because when I'm in this corner with him, I do a lot of thinking, a lot of talking with him, and a lot of just calmness and being in him. So when I sat down, because I had some questions, and I started like God, calm my spirit. Please calm my spirit because I don't want to be rude or disrespectful to you. I don't want to discredit you. I don't want to be wandering because it's not where I'm wandering. I don't want to wonder, put it like that, if you're doing when I know you're doing. Like, God, I want you to show me like you holding me, but Lord, I need a hard crunch from you. I need you to grip me up and hold me tight. Breathe into me. And this morning, I had that moment of trying to catch my breath, which let me know he is there. It's weird for me to kind of even say this because I don't, I don't, I'm being honest. This is my journal process, and I'm just letting you know that these are things that can happen for you. Because I was having a moment of, God, are you still here? Are you still with me? I know you're here, but why do I feel all alone? And I'm like, God, like, what's going on? I need to know that you are here. Like, breathe into me, hold me tight. And in the midst of it, I got this tightness, couldn't catch my breath. And it just lets me know he is here. I have to, and I'm looking at my sign that I always have a believe. Believe always, no matter what. Stop worrying about what's going on around you, Audrey, even for you. Because I don't know if you're having this moment. But if you have this moment of, Lord, I'm doing you. I'm doing everything you're asking me to do. And I just feel alone. Please know that he is there. Please know that he is shifting and doing and moving. Please know it. Like, who are we living for? Are we living for him? Or are we living for ourselves? And when I mean by self, are we living for just what we want from him? If I am living for him, I have to trust and believe that he is doing it all. And what I mean by living for the self of sometimes today I was caught up on looking at others' situations in life. And it had me do the wrong kind of questioning. My question to him should have been more of, Lord Jesus, I have a question to know whether or not do you want me to move this way? Do you want me to move at all? Lord Jesus, can you teach me how to move in this? Those should have been the questions that I should have been asking him. My question should have not been, are you here? Yeah, he's here with me. I know he's here with me. But those were some real honest questions that I had to kind of like express out to him. And I'm not going to beat myself up about him because he responded. Oh, did he do? He did respond. And I was tearing, sharing it with my daughter today. And don't think that our kids don't pay us that much attention. They do. And they have a lot of wisdom and knowledge in them. Because my daughter kind of like, Mom, why are you going off of anything other than like God? Like you doing it, you're moving. She expressed how she does things and move, and she kind of said something that I'm like, wow, I gotta teach my daughter a little bit more. But she said to me like, Mom, I'm gonna go and do and move regardless. God is in there. But like sometimes you just gotta go and you gotta move. But for me, I try to make all of my steps according to how He needs them to move. So I ask those questions to God. When really I don't think it's just a song. I don't think it's just something that is we just say. It's in His word to wait on Him, to wait on Him. He will move me. He will get me to go because I'm like trying to start all these different business ventures. I do. I'm going to tell you now. I love sneakers. You guys know that. I love artsy stuff. So I'm trying to get my artsy sneakers and t-shirt line and everything going. And I'm like having difficulties with it. I love doing my journal process here and on my podcast side, and I'm like I'm finding difficulty with all of this. But the one good clear thing about why I do what I do is I want to stay true. I don't want to be something that I'm not. For years I did that, wanting to be, and that's what caught me and got me. Of, are you doing this for self pleasing, or are you want to be a pleaser of what God needs you to do? So I had to get the self-pleasing out because that self-pleasing will have me wanting to please others. It wouldn't just be me pleasing. Before I know it, somebody say something to me and then I go on pleasing them. When I only need to be on pleasing God. We only need to be on pleasing Him. Are we living and doing what He says we need to be doing? Are we really trusting Him? Are we really walking by faith and not by the sight of what we see out here? Because I don't want to live earthly. I want to keep God on His throne. I want to keep Him in His place. And I want to stay in my place. I'm His child. I'm here on earth and I'm at right where His foot is. The earth is His footstool. So I'm going to be here because I know He's here and He's moving for me. But I had some real, true, hard questions. And I thank Him so more for me being, I asked Him. I had to be upfront and honest with Him. It's not like He don't know me. He's not like He didn't know that it was in my heart and I was going to voice it out. And I thank Him so much for answering them. I'll be mindful of how I interact and how I move in life. But I'm not even going to lie to you guys. This is like very hard for me. I don't want to move earthly. I don't want to move by sight and by what I want. Because there's a cost for that. A cost of my insanity, my dignity, the trust that He now, for God to trust me now, I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose Him by wanting to move. So I had to say it, and not in a mean way. So what, people are moving differently and getting things done. God is blessing them. So why would you be upset with that? So what? I look at it as God is the biggest blesser ever. So I had to correct my thinking. Because I could be thinking, so what of how they're doing it and everything like that. Let God bless them. So what on how they're doing it. I just want to be able to live and be what he needs me to be for him. And not get caught up on the earthly sight things. I want my earthly being to only be moving with God moving me. Yeah, I'm down here on earth, but I want people to see God, not me. When I move, I want them to see God in me, not me. And a reason why that is because I want it to be where people know I am truthful while saying the things that I say out of my mouth. These things really do affect me. These things are me. I'm being honest here. This walk is one of the best walks, but it's challenging. It is true. And I don't regret it. I choose him. If I had a choice to say, oh, I can do the earthly things and I can do things like that, I would still choose him. And the reason why I believe God is moving the way he is moving in my life is so that I don't forget that it was him. It won't be me saying, oh, I achieved this. Oh, I got this. I thank him. All of this now, this true vulnerable, this trueness of me speaking out, this is nobody but him. I wouldn't have said this. I would have been faking. I wouldn't have been faking. I wouldn't have been on here. I wouldn't have been doing this. I wouldn't have been doing this at all. And to watch me now use my voice for good, to use what I do for good, to truly speak out for good, to know that I am worthy and I am someone, that I do have, abundancy in him. I do, to know that I have a trust in him and not be caught up. I had to say it to myself. You always say this about walking by faith and not by sight. And to not only walk by faith, but to actually truly believe it. You have to continue walking in the faith of God. Not to just, feel like if I say it, then it'll happen. No. I have to sit down and read his word often. I have to do it like it was saying, faith without works is dead. And for me, the works of it is to work the faith of his word. I have to. He will move me. He will get me to doing. He will get me going. And how I know it is something I see it is because he's been sending people into my life that I would have never met before. He's sending people to help me along the journey he needs me to go within the assignment. And I have to quit wanting to microwave him. So I don't care if I'm up and down. Some days I'm going to stay up and down with him, because as long as I'm up and down with him, I'm good. I'm going to trust and believe him. I'm sitting here laughing right now in my head because I already know it's going to be a point where I can come back to this journal and probably do a full-fledged Kevin Hart laugh, because like literally I just joked with my kids, you're going to learn today. And I'm going to learn within a couple, I wouldn't even say months. I was about to say minutes, but yes, if it happened in a minute, God, Lord, thank you. But in a couple of months, I'll be looking back at this video and know, see, God, this is why you wanted me to wait on you. And I'm going to wait on him. Why? There's a lot more to him that I need to actually soak and bask in. And one, I don't want to lose sight of him. I don't want to ever have it where I be easily influenced by the world, when my best influencer is God, my best teacher, tutorer, professor, doctor, lawyer, engineer, everything. Remember, he's the carpenter. He literally knows it. Like I told my daughter, I am the key, and I am not letting anyone have access to my key anymore. The key to the door where God is leading me. No one is going to get a hold of it, because on his door is actually literally him. So he is opening up these doors for me. And I said, Lord, I'm so happy that he has a what they call that in the schools, the metal detector. He has the detector of who can come in and who can come out. And I'm placing and taking that too. I have an evil detector. No one evil can come in through that keyhole. No one evil can come in through that door. And not even the ones, the principalities, the spirits, or any of that. It can't come. I'm not giving anyone access to my key anymore. You cannot have it. You can't come through the doors with me. Because my whole thing is this: if God is the door and I truly have the key, if he needs someone to come through, he will put them through. But for right now, my key is mine. I hold the key. And I'm not going to give it to anyone else. I'm not going to let anyone else determine my life. Only God. And if he's the craftsmanship and he made the key and he made the door, I don't have to worry about who's going to come through. It will be him who's going to let the people he needs to come along. Not everyone is going to come along in the journey of your life. And be okay with that. God knows exactly who needs to come and who doesn't need to come. And one, I love that, because people can be distractions sometimes. The places we go to with the people can be distractions. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to come off. I'm going to wish you guys a very, very good night. Speak life into yourself, even when it's rough. Pray until something happens. Continue praying. Push. Keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. I had to look up all the prayers that have helped me. Psalms 23 and the Lord's Prayer, which is Matthew. Oh my goodness, it's right there. 6:9, I believe it is, or 6:7. But Matthew, I know it is. Let me look, because I always have it on my phone. But yeah, I know it's Matthew. Yeah. So it's Matthew 6:9. Pray like this. I had to look them up and I had to pray, and I'm going to keep on praying. I'm going to pray until something happens. I'm going to keep on. That's what the push is there. That's what it means. Pray until something happens. Because I just told him this morning, Lord, something has to happen. Something has to happen. Not only did I say it, I play that song often. I pray that song often. Something has to happen. And I claim it today, right now. What's the date? I don't even need to worry about the date. I know the date. God knows the date. Today. It's going to happen today. So I thank you guys. I love you. Have a great, wonderful evening. Thank you so much for just being a part of this process with me and being your true you. Your true just be and who you are. Your name. So you guys have a great evening. I will be back on with you guys, God willing, tomorrow. So I love you. Good night. Be back with you soon.